In 1911, a man flew a plane off the deck of a ship and landed it on the ocean. It was the first seaplane in history, and it changed aviation forever. But the man who built it, he was sued into bankruptcy by the very people who claimed to own the sky. His name was Glenn H. Curtiss, a motorcycle racer, a mechanic, a quiet genius from Hammondsport, New York. He didn't want fame, he just wanted to fly, and for that, he was destroyed. This is the story of the man who gave America its wings and lost everything because of it. Glenn Hammond Curtiss was born in 1878 in a small town on the shores of Keuka Lake. His father died when he was 4. His mother raised him alone on a teacher's salary. He left school at 15, not because he wasn't smart, but because he had to work. He became a bicycle mechanic, then a photographer. Then he discovered engines. In 1902, he built his first motorcycle. By 1907, he was racing it at 136 miles per hour, faster than any car on Earth. They called him the fastest man alive. But Glenn didn't care about records. He cared about motion, about freedom, about what came next. In 1908, he met Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone. Bell was obsessed with flight. He gathered a team of young engineers, and Glenn Curtiss was the star. While the Wright brothers hid their plane in a barn, Glenn flew in public. He showed the world what aviation could be. In 1909, he won the Gordon Bennett Cup in France, the first international air race. America cheered. The world watched. But back home, the Wright brothers were watching too, and they were furious. The Wright brothers claimed they owned the idea of flight, not just their design, but any flying machine that used ailerons, rudders, or wing warping. In 1909, they sued Glenn Curtiss for patent infringement. The lawsuit lasted 10 years. It cost him everything. While the Wrights gave speeches and sold planes to the military, Glenn was tied up in court. His company bled money. His engineers left. His dreams stalled. He tried to settle. He offered to pay royalties. But the Wrights didn't want money. They wanted control. And they won. By 1917, Glenn Curtiss was bankrupt. The U.S. government had to step in and force a patent pool just to keep American aviation alive during World War I. After the war, Glenn tried to rebuild. He founded a new company, built luxury aircraft, even helped design early aircraft carriers. But history remembered the Wrights, not him. When the National Air and Space Museum opened in 1976, the Wright Flyer hung in the center of the hall. Glenn Curtiss? A footnote. Yet without him, there would be no seaplanes to rescue downed pilots in World War II, no engines to power early bombers, no public demonstrations to prove flight was real. He was the man who made aviation practical. While the Wrights made it possible, Glenn made it useful. But usefulness doesn't make headlines, and humility doesn't win lawsuits. Glenn Curtiss died in 1930, at age 52. He left behind a legacy of innovation and a warning. Because the story of Glenn Curtiss isn't just about planes. It's about what happens when genius meets greed, when collaboration is replaced by control, when the system rewards the loud and erases the quiet. So next time you see a seaplane land on water or hear about a pioneer of flight, remember the name, Glenn H. Curtiss, because history forgets the quiet ones. But we don't have to.